Hey everybody, it's Sandy and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm really glad you're here. So in today's video, I want to share with you the process that I use when I meditate. Now some people get scared of that word meditation, but I want to show you how it's really simple and you can't fail. Yay, you're here. So when the world gets busy and my mind, I call it, my mind starts going into monkey mind mindset, which means my mind is just like spinning and spinning and spinning, and it's just all over the place. Sometimes it can be thinking about something that I could be worried about in the future or the past, and I know that neither of those are productive places for me to be. So here's what I do. The first thing that I do, if I want to feel better, if I want to feel peaceful, first of all, I know that there is a place within me where peace already exists. That's the first step, acknowledging that. Deep within you is a place where peace already exists. Now, you might fight that. Perhaps if you've never felt that before, you'd be like, oh, Sandy, really? I don't think so. It's because you've been paying attention to the thoughts that are in your mind, or you've been paying attention to what's happening out in the world. In this process, I'm going to show you how to shut out the world and come back here. So the first step is to acknowledge that it exists somewhere. Second step is this: create a space around you, a physical space where you won't be distracted. Now, I have to tell you, confession, I tried doing this video first with our puppy Brody in the room, and he was so distracting. He was chewing on my feet, he was chewing on his noisiest toy, and so I had to remove him from the room, because typically what we do when someone is bothering us or bugging us, we try and make them stop so that we can feel peaceful and do what we need to do. Better thing to do is create your space where you're not interrupted. So Brody now is downstairs, he's safe, and now I get to have this space to do what I really want to do. So find a space for you. It could be a dedicated room at home. It could be your bedroom. It could be, you can do this in your bathroom. You can do this at work. You can do this technique while you're in your car. Although I will suggest, if you're driving in your car, I don't want you to close your eyes. So create a sacred space just around you to block out the outside world. Number 3, and this is probably the most important piece: breathe. When my mind is running very fast, and I have a very busy mind, it's very creative, I know that when I'm in that creative mode, sometimes I forget to breathe deeply. So when I sit in my meditation chair downstairs, I just take a deep breath and I get all the way into the belly. And when you do that, notice what it makes your body feel, because your body and your mind are running typically in the same frequency. What I mean by that is this: when your mind is frenetic, your body is probably feeling also frenetic. It might be feeling off, or you might just zone out so that you don't have to feel what's really going on inside of you. So take a few deep breaths. Sometimes, again, total confession here, sometimes when I'm doing this process, if my mind has been very busy, sometimes I have to simply focus on my breath for 10 to 15 minutes before I can get my mind to quiet down. Now, this is not about trying to get your mind to stop thinking. It's not about that at all, and let me explain why. If I were to try to get my mind to stop thinking, my focus would be on my busy mind. And wherever our focus is, that's what we're going to feel. So this technique is bringing your focus away from the outside world, bringing it away from your mind, and bringing it back into your breath. Now, at this point, sometimes I mostly have my eyes closed, and it's not that I'm seeing visions at that point, I'm not, but I'm feeling something different in my body. So taking deep breaths in, allowing your bodies to start slowing down. And what will happen as your body starts slowing down, you might sense some space between your thoughts. The next step for me is finding a word or a couple of words that I can focus on. Remember, if I'm focusing on something that could be worrisome, that's where my energy will be. I'll feel worried. These are some of mine. Sometimes I'll focus on the words, my inner being. And as I'm breathing, my inner being, my inner being, my inner being. What that does for me, it takes my mind and my focus off of the outside world and it brings it back in here. You see, my inner being is where peace exists. So does yours. Sometimes I'll use the words, my inner guide. If I want to go to a place where I'm looking for guidance, I'll use the words, my inner guide, because I know that deep inside of me, there is that place that holds wisdom. Now, if I'm looking for guidance and my mind is busy and my mind is trying to figure it out, the answer can't find me there. But when I quiet myself down and I just bring my focus to my inner guide, everything within me gets quiet. And then I can feel the answer start to bubble up. It's really cool. Sometimes I'll use the word God. And what that does for me, it just reminds me that within this being is the God essence. It's the essence of love. It's the essence of compassion. And taking a few moments to come back from out there, back into here, brings the whole body back into balance again. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, Sandy, I've tried to meditate before and I have failed. I just want you to know, you can't fail with this. If you simply take a few moments, a minute, start with a minute, and simply breathe, and just getting the breath back into your body. If that's all you do, that's awesome. And then if you, the next day perhaps, try to do it for a little bit longer, and maybe notice, are you feeling a little bit better, a little bit more peaceful? That's awesome. Make a note of how different you feel from when you first start to when you're done. Now, my process that I do for meditation, sometimes it only takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes I love staying there for 25 minutes or half an hour. But what I really want you to know from today's video is you don't have to go on top of a mountaintop and you don't. Because you carry your inner being everywhere that you go. It's always there. You carry your inner guide with you wherever you are. You carry your peace within you wherever you are. If you're not feeling peaceful, all it means is your focus is somewhere out there. And I gotta tell you, if I were to focus out there all the time, there would be plenty of things that I could see, that I could focus on that might not look right. But when I come back home in here, it's all good. I want you to try it. No, actually, you know what? I don't like the word try. I want you to do it. If you have any frantic friends, share this video with them. And, think about it. If each one of us, one at a time, started coming back in here and feeling a little bit more peaceful, imagine how much peace we could exude into this world. This world truly would be a different place. So, be the change that you want to see in the world. It always starts with you. If you like these videos, subscribe to it so you'll get an update every time there's a new episode that comes out. And if you'd like to go a little bit deeper with this, click on the link below and we'll send you some really cool tools and tips so that you can create a beautiful life that you love living in. Thanks so much for being you.